Hi, it's Marmer from Signature Electric. So we're here in Scarborough, that's in Toronto, and a Canadian company that's doing cutting edge stuff. Very interesting things, building their own batteries, trying to figure out how to deploy charging in a very cost-effective and sensible way, fast charging, these kinds of things. We're going to get a chance to be guided around by their team and see some of the stuff that we've done. This is a customer of ours. We just finished hooking up one piece of equipment for them the other day, and when we were here, I said, oh, I've got to bring my audience here. They've got to see what's going on. So I'm with Rick Szymczyk. Rick is the Vice President of Engineering at eCAMION, and he knows all about this cube behind us. So I'm going to let you just tell us a little bit about what are we really looking at here, and what's the idea? What's eCAMION doing with this?
Well, eCAMION stands for Power Over Energy, and this is a fast charging system, Mark. It's an electric vehicle fast charging system that provides three 50 kilowatt chargers. So 3 vehicles can arrive simultaneously and receive up to 50 kilowatts of power. And the way we do this, and what's unique for many fast chargers, is we use energy storage to reduce the amount of demand on the facility. In our case, we use lithium-ion based energy storage, similar to what's in vehicles today, and we draw as little as 240 volts at about 8 to 10 kilowatts of power to achieve that. So we trickle charge our stationary batteries, and then we very quickly charge to our vehicles.
Now I know I hooked this up for you, so I know what power is coming to it. Not a lot, about similar to what might be for kind of the charger in my home. This is really the big advantage that you've got with this unit, am I right?
Absolutely. This is just like hooking up a pool or a hot tub. What we do is we anticipate that there's going to be an increasing number of electric vehicle drivers. So as the adoption rate increases, we have the ability to increase the amount of energy storage without increasing the amount of power required to supply the batteries. And we think that's the edge in this case. We provide instant fast charging in an environment where the facilities or the utility may not be able to provide that.
The idea is we might just pull this up to where there's a convenience store or something, not a lot of power, and be able to deploy it there.
Absolutely. We could drive into a variety store, a convenience store, a hotel. And remember, many of these facilities were constructed at times when electric vehicles weren't even a consideration. So they don't have the power available to provide the very fast charging that customers expect. And so what we have the ability to do is really bridge the gap between the facilities or the utility's ability to provide power and the demands of today's customers and future customers to demand power. We look right now at 50 kilowatts with our system. That's only the start. In fact, our next phase is going to move to 150 kilowatts because vehicles are just starting to come out in the market today that are demanding 150 kilowatts. And in the future, our vision is 350 kilowatts of power. And those vehicles are in development today, and we expect that we're going to be there to provide those customers a faster charging experience that would ordinarily be possible.
Without a doubt, I think you and I understand that these cars are going to go further, and we're going to charge fast enough that the experience with these vehicles will be almost the exact experience we have now with our gasoline vehicles. If it takes 5 minutes now to fill your car, that's probably what's going to be.
The manufacturers are increasing their capabilities, so they're providing vehicles that have the ability to provide higher and higher power rates, and the challenge is the facility's availability to deliver. So if we look at the typical customer, and the typical customer drives the average of maybe 10 to 15 kilowatt hours worth of energy per day. So if we look at a 50 kilowatt charge rate, their charge for a typical daily use is maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And as we go to 150 kilowatts of power, it's going to be even less. And of course, all of us are looking towards that 2 to 3 to 5 minute charge cycle that we will get to. And in fact, if you look at the typical charge cycle today, we're almost there. I mean, we're at 10 to 15 minutes today, and we're only going to get faster.
I think that, if I'm not wrong, charging electric vehicles and putting chargers by the roadside is not a business at the moment. We are not making money when we charge $10 or $15 to stop for a charge. That the whole thing is a losing proposition. Tell me that this whole idea that you have back here is to change that dynamic so that at some point or other, like selling gasoline in whatever way you want to do that, and I'm not always sure that's a fair comparison, that also once we have enough vehicles that we can make a business out of this?
Absolutely, and as I mentioned earlier, eCAMION is all about power over energy. And if I look at a unit like this that has the availability to provide 50 kilowatts of power, what we're really doing here is we're buying energy. We're buying energy at a relatively low rate, at a low power rate, and we're selling power to customers. Customers are going to demand power. They want to minimize the amount of time they spend at their stops, minimize the amount of time they spend waiting for their cars to charge. And we believe, because time is money, we believe they're going to be willing to reward us for that. And so we sit here today with a 50 kilowatt solution. The one reminder is, as vehicles demand more and more, our technology is scalable. So this no longer is a solution that we have to replace. We have the system designed so that we can integrate with a 150 kilowatt charging system. We've proven the technology. It's just a matter of anticipating the adoption rates. The uptake is going to support our business case. It's only a matter of time.
I'm telling you, my audience is champing at the bit. They want you to open the back of this. Let me see what the batteries look like.